Yo, 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 party people. Welcome to your Sunday evening retro fun party. Where the Exploding Show with me, Jason Bradbury. I can see many of you are already in chat. Grassomaniac, I think, was first on Twitch, closely followed by Wezza, DOS Gamerman, KRP TV. Hello to you guys and girls. Great to see you. And joining us from Instagram, I've just seen Jason Clevsey, Jenny Flower, 82, Pricey Chris, Gareth Longford, Ollie Christie, Yak Clothing Lincoln, Chris Fitness, Gary Asprey, Gabon, Nathan Cross, Swift 2983, Jason Rotherham, I'm guessing you're from Rotherham, Retro Dodo, how you doing, dude? James on the Clays, Zach Charlesworth, Crash Override, what a great name. That was, of course, from Hackers, am I right? Let me know in chat. Remember, in Insta, you can chat. If you put your stuff in chat, I will see it. Haley Wellness, Mark Bright, Dan Matthew, Ruby 80, Rossman 980, 9812, Alan Monty, John Sparks, who I think was first on Insta, so I should give John lots of love. And so many more of you, including Prof Giles on Twitch. How you doing? Great to see you, man. And Tom Stringer. That's right, Acid Burn and Crash Override, says DOS Gamer Man, confirming that they were indeed from Hackers, the movie. Right, shall we get this party started right? I think we should. Let's do it. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, we are here in the place, the show that covers new retro, which is roughly defined anything with a retro twist south of the noughties. That's what we cover here. We do a bunch of news items, some reviews, just general chat. I pick up on chat. It's a big chat show, this. So if you're on Instagram, don't be you're a very polite bunch on Instagram. I notice that you come on early and you all pop in there, but you don't say much. Maybe we need to encourage you to say hello, like Ross Norman 9812. Hi mate, long time since the old Trouble days. Oh my God. Ross, of course, referring to Trouble TV that I used to host, which was a kind of contemporary Nickelodeon, wasn't it, Ross? I used to host it with Lucy Cave and Otis Dealey, who then went on to join me on the Gadget Show. Let's see if anyone else is speaking. Lake UK just joined. Supercars, MSW, how the hell are you? Great to see you once again. Fluky, Aaron J. Brennan, Joshua France, Flip Flippino, I like this. Miss Flip Flippino, what a great name that is. Hi, Frankie Slay Rain, nice to see you again. And Jed One John. So big shout out to all of you guys and girls. I'll just let this music play out. I probably need to shorten this, the full length of this tune, because I let it play underneath the main intro, and then I don't get to. I have to wait too long for it to finish. Tell you what we'll do. We'll just finish it there. We'll finish it there, and we'll start things off. Yes, indeed. So last week on review, my God, I thought that the music was way too low in the mix, almost to the point of not even being able to hear it. Hi, Jed. Good to see you, man. No way. Ross said I filmed Cheats, which was one of the first computer gaming TV shows I ever did. That was on Trouble. I filmed it in his flat in Southend. Oh, my God. How's that music? Is it too loud? Let me know. I need to know, because you guys and girls, you know the score. It's very loud in my ears. How's it coming across in the mix? Is it a little bit too loud? Please let me know. It's really important that we get this right, because it was way too quiet last week. While I wait for you to come back in chat and let me know about the levels, I'm talking about music vis-a-vis my voice. I'll turn it down a little bit. I'm just going to grab a cup of tea. Sound is good, yeah? Yeah, because last week you couldn't hear it at all. It was ridiculous. Shots fired, Cornwall. Good to see you. Thanks, Jed One John. Tom Stringer just posted in chat, what's your greatest 80s action star? That's a really good question. What do you think, folks? I'm going to have to turn that down. I can't even hear myself think. Hopefully that music's still good. Phil Hoy, let me know again. I've just turned it down a bit because that's a much more manageable level. Magnum P.I. is Quake Scortum's choice for best action star. I was going to go movies. I'm just going to check. Let me have a look. I think Private Hudson. Or Vasquez. I think. I mean, Hudson's lines are probably some of the most memorable lines from all 80s action movies. Is that what you were meaning? Hang on. What, Tom Stringer. Is that what you were getting at? Cool. I've got some new music, actually. That's very Aliens indeed, isn't it? Like it. Hi, Full Gas Coffee. Good to see you, Grundy. Hudson, yeah, man. Hudson's the one. Definitely. You know. Yeah, but it's a dry heat. That was one of my favourite quotes of his. I think they were referring to the heat down in the kind of nuclear cooling area, wherever it was, you know, underneath those coolers, because they couldn't use the pulse rifles, could they? Do you remember? Why did you put her in charge? That's Full Gas Coffee. That's another Hudson line. And game over, man. Yeah, I think that's the answer to the question. Philip Hoy, I have you on YouTube, on my TV, Twitter, on my phone, and I'd say the levels are great. Thank you so much, Philip Hoy. You're loud and clear. The music is at the right level where you can hear it, but not taking over. Obviously, it does depend on the track. Anyway, let's get on with stuff. Loads of stuff happening. If you're new, welcome to Wave the Exploding Show. I can see there's several new faces, certainly on the Insta platforms. We also simultaneously broadcast, or should that be simulcast, to Twitch, YouTube, and X and Facebook, as well as Instagram. And yeah, loads has been happening this week. The website, I've adjusted the website. In fact, I should now make mention of... Is this it? How good is this music? I should make mention of the sponsor for this show. You'll know if you were watching last week that I announced the arrival of Control AI Delete's new website. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I don't want to bore you all, because I know that each week you hear this, and you know, I've got to be reasonable to everyone that takes the time to come back week after week. But Control AI Delete is a comedy feature film written by me and a good friend of mine called Mark Felgate, a full-time comedian. And that's the logo to it there. And it's about a bunch of retro gamers that happen to be in Expo in Skegness when a rogue AI takes over and turns the world into kind of darkness, right? Nothing works, you know. Nothing can fly. The banks go into chaos. People are nicking stuff. It's like the purge out on the streets. And they work out, there's a shot of Skegness, that they can use their beloved 80s and 90s computers and consoles to try and hack their way back to normality. So it's a kind of 80s, it's an homage to the 80s, 90s hacker movie. What was the name of that guy in chat? Or that girl in chat? One of the two. With the name Crash Override. Yeah, you'll know what I'm talking about. These are images from the website. And images of some test shoots that we've done with our lead actor and some extras. Why am I telling you that? Because eventually we're going to go to Kickstarter in August of this year. You have to forgive me, that tea's gone down the wrong way. Don't worry, we'll resolve it. So folks, I had to go at some merchandise. I had to go at some merch, but unfortunately, it didn't quite work out that well. So I've got a team working on it. Would you like me to show you anyway? I'll show you the non-perfect version. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a frog. What I'll do, I'll just eat something and then it'll help. Right. Back of the merch. Oh no, upside down. Wait. Such a pro streamer. So you can see that what should be splatters of paint, look, on the edge, because it's meant to be like a stenciled road sign, haven't come out right. But I'm assured by the team it's a simple fix. We're going to fix it. So don't judge. But that's the back of the t-shirt. What do you think? Let me know in chat. I really need your feedback. Do you think that logo's too big? We could reduce it in size. Should I put it on? I'll put it on. Try not to undress in front of you. Look out! Potential stomach. So I'm going to show you it. I'm going to show you the first run with mistakes where the stencil spray, it's picked up every pixel basically, and it shouldn't have done, but we're going to fix it. Okay, what do we think? Big logo on the back is good according to Addicted to Retro. So you get small logo on the front. Again, forgive the mistake there. It's not a quality issue. The quality is fantastic. It's just that it's me, it's the artist basically. I need to do a different type of layer so the printers can get it right. And they fed back to me and they said, don't worry about it, but we'll send you the sample anyway so you can play with it. So you get a simple logo on the front, which is going to be the adopted logo of, you know, the Revolution in the movie. If you've just joined, welcome to Way of the Exploding Show. I'm just showing you some of the merch for the movie that sponsors this here broadcast. It's called Control AI Delete. That's the website. It's www.ctrl, as in control, AI, delete.com. Yeah, and I'll show you the back now. Again, we know that the splodges aren't going to be there. Can you see that? Does that work? That's what it looks like. So there you go. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I might stay in the t-shirt, actually. Phil Hoy says, as I have a fair few new t-shirts that have the oversized logo on the back. Test samples are important, says Gareth Ross, UK. Great to see this happening. I was watching how a big ballooning event in America develops its merch from conception to production. Yeah, I'm learning as I go. There's so many things to consider, so many ways of doing it. Phil Hoy, yeah, very much definitive on the large logo. You sure about that? I wondered if we could reduce it by 15%. And maybe drop it down further. Can you let me know, please, in chat? I'm really interested to know. I'm just going to pop over to Instagram. Let's have a look at the Insta comments. Okay. Can't wait to see the trailer, says Jess Wood. Yeah, it's coming. It's going to be done within a couple of weeks. But I say it's a trailer. It's more of a teaser reel, yeah? Looks good both front and back. Full Gas Coffee, thank you for that. Can't wait to see the... Oh, sorry, I've already read that. I like it, mate, says Ross Norman. Ghostbusters, says Quick Cuffs. Yeah, that's not a coincidence. Banging, mate. That'll do for me. Looks good. I remember your gaming room in your flat back in 2000. Yeah, man. Yeah, do you remember that with the flight simulator? Don't worry, we're going to get on with the rest of the news and get on with the quiz very, very shortly. But we've got to focus on something, otherwise it's just all quiz. Let's have a look. Yeah, Derek is voting to make the logo on the back smaller by, what was it, 10 or 15%. Hi, Force Ghost. Nice to see you. Yeah. Kooky Chatbot Dev also agrees it could be slightly smaller. So, and Gareth agrees with the notion of moving it slightly further down. Just 10%, Phil Hoy, because I know that you are a fan of the big logo, and I respect that. Just going to drop it down a little bit. Would you do one with the oversized logo on the back and then the Control AI Delete green logo on the front? That's interesting. That's an interesting idea. It did occur to me. And you do realise, folks, that the plan here is that we're going to... that's a good idea, Phil. I like that, by the way. The plan here is that we're going to start selling merch like ASAP within a matter of, I mean, certainly weeks, maybe even... I don't know, maybe within a week. And we're going to start selling the merch on the website. We're going to sell the merch. I mean, obviously, I don't sell it. I'm just going to make it available to you. I'm not, rolling up to a car boot sale with a van. But I'm saying we're going to make it available. And all the profits are going to go into an account. And they're going to be the beginnings of the budget for the movie before we go to Kickstarter. How about that? I'm just looking for the logo that Phil Hoy is referring to. My humble view is not to repeat the logo front and back. I'd go for a big logo on the back and say, hello, my name is Loading on the front. That's nice. That particular sticker is absolutely brilliant. I love that. That's great. So the hello, my name is Loading is one of the stickers that are on the back of this t-shirt. If I spin around, you might be able to see it. And Prof is saying maybe we can have that. We can have different versions, Prof. What do you think? But this can always be on the back. It's just there, isn't it? Yeah. There you are. There's the green AI logo. I just felt, you see, what I wanted to do, and I promise you this will be the end of it because I don't want to take up too much of your time with this. I felt, that's really good actually, Prof. Giles. I really like that. It's a really good idea. I felt that I didn't want it to make it too overtly an advert for the movie. I wanted it to live in its own right as a kind of cool piece of streetwear so that people would wear it before the movie, before we get to the Kickstarter. That's the point. So we just make really cool merch that we know as a community that has resonance around the movie, but other people just look at it and think, that's a cool piece of kit. And the kind of anti-AI message is like a fun, whimsical, sort of thumb in your nose or whatever, the thumb in your teeth, what's the phrase, at AI. You know what I mean? Thanks, Brooks, for putting the link to the website into chat. I'm going to do the same on Instagram, and then we're going to move on. Control AI Delete. Oh, it's .net, isn't it? Did I say .com earlier? Probably did, didn't I? Because I'm doing 13 things at once. Control AI Delete.net. There you go. That's... I don't know what's happened there. I tried to put that into InstaChat. It's just gone a bit weird. I hope it's still live. I'll do it via my other account. Hang on. Control AI Delete .net. There we go. Okay, cool. Well, my ability to chat with you on the Insta account has for some reason corrupted a little bit, but I'm pretty confident that you're still streaming because I'm watching you on my phone because I've now got a Wi-Fi connection. Anyway, music, lights, some good stuff happening, folks, in the world of new retro. This is cooler. This came to me via retronews.com, a really good source of, would you believe it, retro news. Someone's done they produced a Bluetooth cartridge for the GBA. You whack the cart in with a bit of code, and you can use your GBA, your little portable Nintendo console, as a wireless controller for your Switch. I thought that was a really good idea. How cool is that? There you go. I just resolved that sound issue. Okay, so that's a little bit of news from retronews.com. We'll now move to the next story. It seems that emulating Virtual Boy, Nintendo's and well, most people's first ever virtual reality gaming experience, certainly for home use, it's been emulated. Would you believe that it's now going to be available for use on the Vision Pro, Apple's state-of-the-art headset? You can play Virtual Boy games using an emulator. It's in the iOS or whatever it's called. I forget what the App Store is called on the Vision Pro. I only spent an hour or two with it. I just think that's really, really cool. There are some really good games, as you know, if you've watched this show before, because we've talked about them. Some really, really good games available on the Virtual Boy. There's a really good Mario game on there. There's a tennis game which is superb. Most of them kind of, vomit-inducing on the original hardware, which I've played with. I know many of you in chat have played with them. I don't know if anyone in chat owns one. I don't own one. I've always wanted one. But you don't get to play them, and now you can via emulation of all platforms, Apple's £3,500 Vision Pro mixed reality helmet. I think that's really, really cool. Next piece of news. They're bringing the Blair Witch Project back in the form of a brand new film. We'll turn that music down a little bit. And I've got news of it here. It's quite interesting, actually. It's kind of double-edged sword, this. So they're bringing back, they're rebooting Blair Witch. I don't know if it's the original Blair Witch is being remade, or it's a Blair Witch, kind of canon new storyline, which we've seen before and have never worked very well. The original from 1999 is where it's at. Took the world by storm. Can anyone tell me in chat? I'm sure you'll be able to find it easier than I can. How much the original budget was for Blair Witch Project? Anyway, it's been bought by Jason Blumhouse, and you'll know if you're a fan of The Purge or a number of really great horror films that Jason Blumhouse and his team have a habit of making really, really good, bankable, box office succeeding horror films. And I'm hoping that the Blair Witch Project will get that treatment. Let me just read this article from IndieWire back in 1999. Oh yeah, this is a different story, but there is a competing storyline actually around this, which is, oh no, we already had that one, which is that the original cast and producers of Blair Witch Project are getting a bit miffed by the fact that Lionsgate have made hundreds of millions of pounds off their project, and they really haven't been rewarded as they should have been. And so they're asking, if this project goes forward, and it is going forward, if they can have a slightly different deal. And I think that's reasonable. As artists, sometimes we know, don't we, with the likes of Prince calling himself a symbol and other artists pulling away from record labels, and it's the same in the movie industry, that sometimes highly creative people who are young and maybe haven't got their act together quite in the sort of business sense, do deals that later become, it becomes apparent were really bad deals to do. And it seems like the Blair Witch team, Joshua Leonard being one of them, are unhappy about this. And I don't think it's unreasonable to attempt to renegotiate. I mean, I know this much. What was her name? The actress in The Hunger Games. Oh my God, I'm having a blank moment. What's her name? She had a deal for sequels, and it turned out it wasn't a good deal. And the first one did so well, she actually refused to go to set. And they had to renegotiate. So there is precedent for renegotiating these things. From Wikipedia, Force Ghost Jeremy, 20 hours of footage was shot in total for Blair Witch Project, which was edited down to 82 minutes. Shot on an original budget of between $35,000 to $60,000. The film had a final cost of $200,000 to $750,000 after post-production edits. Thank you very, very much, Force Ghost Jeremy. I love you guys. So let's read this article. In the last 25 years, Joshua Leonard has directed 5 of his own films and starred in dozens of them, but is still fighting to be taken seriously in Hollywood. Wow, he created this absolute legend of a horror movie, and he's still fighting to get the recognition he deserves. And last week, CinemaCon, Lionsgate and Blumhouse, that's Jason Blumhouse's production company, announced the development of the Blair Witch Project reboot. Yes, yes! Leonard's face was on the press release. But in an April 12th social media post, so that's like last week, he said he knew nothing about the project. They used his face on the announcement that they're doing a reboot. I'm not surprised the guy wants to renegotiate. This is my face on a press release for a film being made by 2 major studios, he said. Both of which I've worked for, both of which I respect, he wrote it on Facebook. The weird part is that I didn't know anything about it until a friend sent me a congrats screenshot yesterday. This is really interesting. My frustration is compounded because I've been trying to get Lionsgate to engage for over a month about a BWP charity screening I'm putting together for O Positive Fest to raise money for artists without healthcare, and no one will get back to me. Damn, these corporations, man. Doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't matter in what realm you're in. As soon as you get a bunch of suits together, they just start acting like arseholes. I think this is a really interesting story. Maybe we should come back to this in future, because I'm aware that we've spent quite a lot of time talking movies already. That's the Blair Witch reboot from the Blumhouse stable. I'll just read chat. I remember when the then Prime Minister's wife fell pregnant, and that was called the Blair Titch Project. Ponder, I wasn't aware of that. Thank you very much. That's not featuring him. Yeah, I'd be annoyed too, says Grassamaniac. Gree, says Ponder. So they've used his face and not asked him, says Grassamaniac. That's misleading too. Derek, people who don't do the work need to get paid, Jason. People who don't do the work need to get paid. Not quite sure what you mean by that. I'm just going to have a look at Instagram very, very quickly. Show you peeps some love. I am Wait, Gregor Scott. I'm well. Thank you so much. Not so many people commenting in Insta about the Blair Witch. Anyway, marvellous stuff. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of that and we're going to move on to the quiz, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, it's time to start the quizzing. Okay, so each week here on Way of the Exploding Show, around about the 9:30 mark, we're currently at 28 minutes past, so, you know, I'm happy with that. We talk quiz, retro quiz. The way it works, I ask a bunch of questions, I give you potential answers, and then you add the answer you think is most appropriate in chat. You don't embellish it, you don't say how convinced you are, you absolutely know this is the answer, because that ruins it for other people. You just plainly write the answer. You don't write 1, 2, 3 or 4 or A, B, C or D. You just write the answer. All right? How's that, folks? No embellishing. Quizzical indeed, Brooks. Let's get on with question number 1. And just let me know in chat if these levels, the music vis-a-vis my voice, are still okay for you. Okay, question number 1. At 9:30 on this Sunday evening, welcome to Way of the Exploding Show. If you just joined, your timing is absolutely impeccable. We're just starting Way of the Exploding Quiz. And here's the first question. The ambassadors' receptions are noted in society for their host's exquisite taste. Where's that from? Or what's it relate to? Ferrero Rocher? Fudge? Milk tray? Or after 8? Which one of those... Well, 3 of which are overtly posh, one of which possibly less so, chocolatey snacks, relates to the ambassadors' receptions are noted in society for their host's exquisite taste. Remember, don't embellish in chat. You might know the answer. You might feel very satisfied with yourself that you were there back in the day when this, to you, most obvious answer was first running on your television set. But there are all kinds of people in chat with different levels of understanding, so throttle back on the enthusiasm for a moment. Hello, Simon Bradbury on X. Great to see you, bro. Going to check the Insta team. Team Insta. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Tiffany. Funky Chevs. iQuail. Mark Bingley. So many of you. Okay, well, there we are. We're going to move on to question number 2 now. All right, question number 2, folks. In the 1987 movie RoboCop, what is the name of the corporation that creates RoboCop? Is he created by Cyberdyne Systems? Is he a creation of Wayland Yutani? Does it sound like Omni Consumer Products are behind RoboCop, or possibly the Tyrell Corporation? Which of these fictionally famous corporations are behind the creation of the robotic, what would you call it, a kind of cyber suit with an organic human inside that is the center of the storyline for RoboCop? Let me know in chat. Plenty of answers in chat. Brooks said Heinz. I don't think that's the right answer, but fair play for going for it. So that's the end of question number 2. You're watching Way of the Exploding Quiz. It happens most Sundays. I'd say every Sunday, but once in a while. Work and family gets in the way. Oh, I've got competing beats there, look. Most Sundays, 9 p.m. And the quiz generally takes place from 9:30 till 10 o'clock. Question number 2. Well done. Right, we're going to move on to question number 3 now. Bit of an advertising theme in tonight's show. A finger of fudge is just enough. What? To give your kids a treat. To have before you eat. The snack that's small and neat. And very sweet to eat. Which one of those do you associate with the finger of fudge? Beautiful stuff. A cup of tea, I think, is in order. I couldn't find my mug, so I'm using a glass. But it's like a sort of green tea, so it doesn't, you know what I mean? It's not so strange. There we go. Question number 3. York's Terrorvision in the house. How you doing, Rob H? So it's an honesty quiz. You remember the answers that you gave. And then at the end of me asking you 10 questions, all with a retro flavour, we go back over the answers, and then we have a fun bit where you say what you got. Like you got 1 out of 1, or 2 out of 1, 4 out of 7, and it gets very exciting as we come down to the fact that we might have someone who could get 10 out of 10, or are they going to get 9 out of 10? How many people are going to get there? It gets quite fun. Okay. 11 out of 10, says Ponder in chat. Yeah, not quite getting the point there, Ponder. Right, where were we? What question were we on? We're on... Yeah, that one. All right, cool. Question number 4. For the man who doesn't have to try too hard was an... I should say ad. Was an ad for which aftershave in the 80s? For the man who doesn't have to try too hard. Does that relate to Brute 33, Denim, Blue Stratos? That's not a signal that that's the answer. It could be. It's just when I was preparing this, it just made me smile. And Old Spice. So you got Brute 33, Denim, Blue Stratos, or Old Spice. Which one of those fine fragrances is represented by the phrase, for the man who doesn't have to try too hard? Let's get some more tunage going. That's question number 4 in tonight's Wave the Exploding quiz. If you've just joined us, welcome. You're watching Wave the Exploding show on a number of different platforms. It streams simultaneously on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X. Yeah. All at the same time. Hey Karate, says York's Television. Okay, well done. Lots of different answers in chat. This fragrance definitely just, you know, putting the cat among the pigeons. What do we think of the logo? When it's resolved, I think it's going to look better, isn't it? So from memory, let's say 10% smaller, slightly down, and maybe do a version with "Hello, my name is" loading on there. Okay, cool. Question number 5, here we go. In the game Streets of Rage 2, it's getting hard now, which obviously came out in 1992, with that hugely memorable soundtrack. What is the name of the city where the game's events unfold? This is a toughie. Metro City, Wood Oak City, Angel City, or Rage Town? So Streets of Rage 2, where does it take place? Metro City, Wood Oak City, Angel City, or Rage Town? Just going to quickly look something up. Okay. Oh wow. York's Television referring to an interview he saw on Joe Rogan with Tucker Carlson, you know, the ex-Fox commentator. He said that Tucker Carlson would love this t-shirt because he was talking about blowing up the AI data centers. Yes, Rob H, the logo is meant to be a bit Ghostbusters. Yeah. It's intentionally got that vibe going on, bro. Also the red, I need the red colour to change slightly. It's got more orange in it on the artwork, but in the print, it's come out, well, I'm a bit colourblind, I don't know how to label colours, but is it like maroon? Is maroon a dark red? It's come out too dark, like a plummy red, and I want it to be slightly more representative of road signs. Question number 6 coming up. Why am I not surprised? My brother said, I like Tucker. He's gone rogue recently. I knew you'd like Tucker Carlson. Yeah, this whole new world, if you put, you know, politics to one side and just make an objective statement, this whole new world of independent broadcasting and journalism is so exciting and so important. Again, it doesn't matter where you sit on the political continuum. You have to admit, mainstream media has really let us down. What are they thinking? I can't look at a newspaper anymore. I can hardly look at television anymore. If it wasn't for the, you know, the independent journos on, you know, both sides of the divide, across the spectrum, because I sit right in the middle. I'm so wet politically. Depends on the issue, you know. But I think it's really, really interesting that this technology that's bringing you this quiz tonight is enabling some genuine free thought and conversation. I love it. Anyway, what is the name? Got a bit deep there, didn't it? Question 6. What is the name of the final sonar power-up available in to Echo in Echo the Dolphin? Is it the confusion sonar? Is it the laser sonar? Is it the pulse sonar? Or is it the death sonar? It's the final one. What do you think it's going to be? No idea, Addicted to Retro, is not an acceptable answer, my friend. Pulse from Tiffany on Instagram. Confusion from iQuail over on Twitch. Pulse from Gareth on YouTube. And also Pulse from Philip Hoy on X. Prof Giles suggesting, and in a single comment, Tucker shows he's got no idea what he's talking about. Yeah, well said, Prof. All opinions are, well, not all opinions, as long as they're reasonable and balanced and kind, are welcome here. Well said. We're getting the background music, Simon, from, it's a service called Epidemic Sound, and you pay a monthly fee. I forget what it is, £20 or something like that, and you've got access to hundreds of thousands of tracks, and you can use them license free across a number of different platforms. You have to name what platforms you use, but you won't get copyright strikes. Okay, let's have a look. Where are we? Right, this is an interesting one. As the music pauses, this is quite good for dramatic effect. For what 90s movie is this the bottom of the poster? The Silence of the Lambs, Ghost, The Sixth Sense, or Scream? I love watching your answers come in real time. Like you're really on it. I can feel that the stream is tight this evening. Namco, Silence of the Lambs. Derek also going for that. Ghost for Force Ghost Jeremy. Why am I not surprised? Love these synths. They're lovely. I'm just looking at Instagram on my phone. I almost said Ghost, says Namco's. Well, you don't know. We don't know what the answer is yet. Gigawatt 7. Good to see you. Quick drink. Okay, so that's question number 7. Oh, God. Slightly confusing myself now. Wow, we better move on. We're running out of time. What rule of horror movies, I like this question, is mentioned in Scream that states you will not survive if you say a specific phrase? I don't believe you. It's just a cat. Who's there? I'll be right back. Just to be clear, this is one of the characters in Scream. There's like a sort of, I don't know what it would be like, just a get together with some friends. And he's stating in that kind of postmodern way that Scream refers to itself and the horror genre. He's listing the things that you shouldn't say if you want to make sure that you're not murdered. So what shouldn't you say? I don't believe you. It's just a cat. Who's there? I'll be right back. And you can guess what happens when one of the characters says the correct answer a few moments later. Really interesting looking at your answers. Hi, Will Harold Photography. How you doing? Good seeing it. Photograph. How you doing, my man? Joe Physic. Okay, so that's question number 8. Question number 9. What other horror movie rule outlined in Scream means death if broken? So there's another rule that several are stated in that same scene. You can't babysit. You can never drink or do drugs. You can never walk home alone. You can never carry a knife. So if you... Yeah, if you do though... So if you babysit, you're going to die. If you do drink or drugs, you're going to die. If you walk home alone, you're going to die. Or if you carry a knife in a horror movie, it's a genre rule as outlined by one of the fictional characters in Scream in that postmodern intertextual way that it refers to other horror films. They're going to get you killed. You get what I'm saying? Okay, question number 9 is done. And finally, question number 10, then we're going to go back and we're going to see how well you did. Sometimes you're better off dead. There's gun in your hand. It could be a gun in your hand. It might be a typo. And it's pointing at your head. It might be there's a gun in your hand. Sometimes you're better off dead. There's gun in your hand and it's pointing at your head. Is this a lyric from West End Girls, the Pet Shop Boys, Wishing Well, Terence Trent D'Arby, Breakout by Swing Out Sister, or Notorious by Duran Duran? iQuail, just getting in there for question 9. Now, as quick as you can, answer question number 2, iQuail. And the time now is 10 to 10, so we're just around the time when we can start to do a U-turn and go back through all 10 questions and find out what the answers were. And you can give yourself marks as we go through, and it'll get quite exciting towards the end. We've had, on several occasions, we've had some 10 out of 10ers, believe it or not. Earworm, Addicted to Retro's got an earworm situation. Okay, there we go. So we're going to spin back now. It's time for the answers. The ambassadors' receptions are noted in society for their host's exquisite taste. That, of course, refers to Ferrero Rocher. It was the Ferrero Rocher ambassador. You're spoiling us, I think, was the phrase that was said back to the ambassador. And it was that way that the 80s and the advertising industry in the 80s were obsessed with, you know, luxury. It was really funny how everything was meant to make you look like you were, you know, moneyed or aristocratic. So 1 out of 1 for Force Ghost Jeremy, York's Terrorvision, Derek, Ponder, Prof Giles. Oh, Prof Giles, thank you so much. That's really thoughtful of you. Prof Giles giving me some technical information on the official colour spec for road sign red. That is, you see, this is brilliant. This is why I love you guys. 1 out of 1 for Prof Giles at Putty Cat. So some great starts. What did you get, Simon? Let me know. Don't just say yes. Give me a 1 out of 1 if that's what you got. And then we progress through up to 10. Right, let's have a look on Insta. Hi Sanj, hi Jake, hi Andy, Stephen, Potshot123, David Hillcrest, Greg, Rob Lehman, Joey Thompson Wheelchair. Hi Joey, nice to see you, man. Tiffany, what have you got? Because you've been, well, I'll tell you now, Tiffany, you've been putting some correct answers in. I've been watching them. What have you got out of 1? What you're doing right now is you put your score out of 1 in chat. Right. Score out of 2. Let's have a look. Right, let's have a look. What have we got? In 1987, in the movie RoboCop, 2 seconds, caught myself out there. What's the name of the corporation that creates the RoboCop? It was, of course, Omni Consumer Products, or OCP. Well done if you got that right. OCP. Omni Consumer Products were behind the RoboCop, as Ponder knew, because Ponder has 2 out of 2. So does Davichi Retro. Cloud Strife 37, 2 out of 2. Well done. Tiffany. A little bit of a delay with Insta. There often is. 1 out of 1 so far. So thanks for responding to my request. Good to see that you're doing so well. It was great to see you the other weekend in Nottingham. I'm assuming it is the same Tiffany. I can't see your picture. It's tiny, but I think it's you. Really nice spending some time with your brother. 1 out of 2. Movies, says Philip Hoy. I thought so. I saw that come in. 2 out of 2 for Gareth. 1 out of 1 for my brother, Simon. Some strong answers so far. Right, that's 2 out of 2. Right, let's move on. Time rise, yeah. Number 3, come on, you know this one. A finger of fudge is just enough to give your kids a treat. Come on, people, we knew that. As I used to say in the school ground, it's full of Bradbury goodness and very small and neat. Yeah, beautiful. 3 out of 3 for Puddy Cat. Force Ghost Jeremy, 3 out of 3. Ponder. Addicted to Retro. Cloud Strife, all 3 out of 3ers. Derek. Now the guesses start, says Ponder. Okay. Prof Charles, 2 out of 3. Not bad, you can still be a contender, Prof. iQuail, 3 out of 3. Rob H. 3 out of 3. Phil Hoy, 2 out of 3. York's Terrorvision, 3 out of 3. My bro, 2 out of 3. Gareth Ross UK, 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 for Tiffany. Right. So if you're... it is me, says Tiffany. Marvellous. If you are a contender, then... sorry, if you've got a 2 out of 3, you're still a contender to win the... Well, yeah, to win, to be the number 1. Because people start to drop off the nearer we get to 10. Question number 4, I love this. For the man who doesn't have to try too hard. What if I did this? Would this help? Like, I'm wearing a denim shirt. It comes out. And a hand does that. It was, of course, denim, ladies and gentlemen. It was the denim advert. It wasn't Brute, which I saw coming up from several people. Brute 33. Blue Stratos. When I was researching this, looking for, brands to distract you of 80s aftershave, Paco Rabanne came up, but I knew that you wouldn't go for Paco Rabanne because that was kind of genuinely exotic, unlike everything listed there, which was like a boot special. 3 out of 4 for Rob, 2 out of 4, no, for Philip. York's Terrorvision, 3 out of 3. Have we got any 4 out of 4ers? Yeah, Addicted to Retro, Cloud Strife. All 4 out of 4ers. Derek's not doing too bad with 3 out of 4. Good stuff. Great tune for the Old Spice ad. Yeah, man, it was brilliant. It was so good. 2 out of 4 for Tiffany. Right. Halfway. In the game Streets of Rage 2 from 1992, what is the name of the city where the game's events unfold? It was, of course, Wood Oak City. Now that is hard. That is a hard question. I don't know if I wasn't the quiz master, even I would have got that. And I'm a massive fan of Streets of Rage and Streets of Rage 2. Good God. Cloud Strife, though, was not put off. 5 out of 5. 4 out of 5 for Addicted Retro. Force Ghost got 4. Ponder's got 3. Force Ghost Marty saying, I can still remember what Old Spice smelled like. That's quite something. You've got that kind of olfactory memory. Yeah, most people went for Metro City, according to Namco's, when that was indeed the city from Final Fight. I was thinking Metro Siege for the Amiga was named after this. Nope. Was it? I don't think so. 4 out of 5 for Simon. 2 out of 5 for Philip. Not your night, Philip, unless you have a late surge. Moving to question number 6. What is the name of the final sonar power-up available to Echo in Echo the Dolphin? Toughy. Is it the Confusion sonar, which is a real sonar? The laser sonar, which I think I made up? The pulse sonar? I think that might be real. Or the death sonar. It was the death sonar, peeps. The death sonar is the last one that you get. Echo the Dolphin, what a game. I first played that on the Mega CD. 5 out of 6 for Force Ghost. 6 out of 6 for Cloud Strife. Great work. God damn it, always late to the party, says Gal. Mate, but at least you're here. And you're fashionable, my friend. Rocketeer. 2 out of 6 for Tiffany. Alex. Old Wood Organic. Wow. That's a very evocative name you've got there. Split Leather joined. You sound like an 80s synth band. There we go. Question number 6. Question number 7. You remember this? This is the question. For what 90s movie is this the bottom of the poster? Does it belong to Silence of the Lambs, Ghost, The Sixth Sense, which for my lisp is a bit of a assault course, or Scream? And the answer is, of course, well, I'll show you what the answer is. That's the answer. It's Silence of the Lambs, party people. Silence of the Lambs is the right answer. Good God, Cloud Strife continues in their surge forward to greatness with 7 out of 7. 4 out of 7 for Ponder. 5 out of 7 for I Quail. Derek, 3 out of 7. Wow, this has been a tricky one. I did intend a few weeks ago, when we got several 10 out of 10ers, to try and make the quiz a little more tricky, and I think I've done that. 4 out of 7 is not bad, Simon. York's TerraVision. 4 out of 7. 3 out of 7 for Tiffany. High Turner Automotive, how's it going? As you probably know, we... well, I probably won't say on camera, but the other owner of the DeLorean is now on the insurance, so he's all sorted out. So thank you once again for all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Not doing great here, are we, Prof? Says Phil Hoy. Nope, replies the Professor. Question 8. What rule of horror is mentioned in Scream that states you will not survive if you say a specific phrase? I think he says 3 things. And one of them is, I'll be right back. That's the answer. I'll be right back is the thing that you should never say. If you say it according to, what would you call it, kind of horror movie lore, spelled L-O-R-E, then you're likely to die. Seven out of 8 for Addicted to Retro. That's not too shabby. 8 out of 8 for Cloud Strife. My God. That's really impressive, dude. 4 out of 8 for Philip. 5 out of 8 for Rob. Derek, 5 out of 7. Derek hasn't even got 8. 4 out of 8 for Tiffany. Ben 3's just joined. Coach Marius has joined. Anu Baines, TV producer, joined. Hello, Anu. Garwich Chowdhury has just joined. Gary Secker. Matty Wright. You're watching Way of the Exploding Show. It comes to you every Sunday, 9 p.m. Via several platforms. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, and X. We simulcast to the universe. And we end up, for the last half an hour of the show, doing a quiz. To be precise, it's called Way of the Exploding Quiz. And it's all about retro, new retro we call it, anything south of the noughties. So it can be a new story, a new fact about retro, or it's usually old school retro facts that you need to know. We're on question number 8, we're reading back through the answers. Question number 9 now. There's another rule that's mentioned in Scream, that's part of horror movie lore. What other horror movie rule outlined in Scream means death if broken? Well, you can never drink or do drugs. According to the character who says it, you can never drink or do drugs. If you do that, you're going to die. That is a genre-specific rule that he's referring to in that self-reflexive way that Scream works. Brilliant film. Utterly brilliant. Love it. York's Television. Jones, is that who says it, is it? Oh no, that was Namco. He's having a different conversation, sorry. 5 out of 9 for Putty Cat. What's the highest score? 7 out of 9 for Addicted to Retro and Force Ghost Marty. Where's the highest score? 9 out of 9 for Clyde Strife 37. Man, you are smashing it this evening. Philip Hoy, 4 out of 9. Well, cool way to finish a track that was. Love that. Bit of a jazzy number. And here we go. Is Cloud Strife going to make it to 10 out of 10? We're going to find out. Is the only one in contention? Cloud Strife, are you getting there? Are you going to get to the 10 out of 10, the gold standard of Way of the Exploding Quiz? We're going to find out shortly. And is anyone going to get a 9? Have we got any 8s out of 9? Have we got any of those? No, we don't think we have. Let's look to... We've got a 7 out of 9, out of 8. So many people have joined. 5 out of 9, not bad, Tiffany. Tony P, Sharp PC, Intermedia, Stevie Colley, Chesmonk, Sam Adam, Stu Scuba, that's a tongue twister. Nice to meet you. Lowe's Collection, Fuzzy Tiger. Oh, brilliant. Nice to see you all over there in Instaland. Let's reveal the answer for the final question in this evening's Way of the Exploding Quiz. Sometimes you're better off dead. There's a gun in your hand and it's pointing at your head. Is that the lyric from West End Girls by the Pet Shop Boys, Wishing Well by Terence Trent D'Arby, Breakout by Swing Out Sister, or did it come from Notorious by Duran Duran? It is, of course, an iconic, well-known, famous lyric from West End Girls, Pet Shop Boys. That sort of strangely spoken rap that they did. So good. Such a great tune. 6 out of 10 for Ponder. 8 out of 10. Let's see your final scores for Addicted to Retro. 6 out of 10 for Putty Cat. Force Ghost Marty, 8 out of 10. And Cloud Strife, 37. Smashes through, not just gold, the diamond standard, let's call it, for Way of the Exploding Quiz. Getting an astonishing... An absolutely astonishing 10 out of 10 in tonight's quiz. As we bring it in almost at 10 o'clock. I always go a few minutes over. As you know, it's quite hard to wrestle the time into focus, but we did quite well tonight. And that is it. Huge congrats to absolutely every one of you. You all did really, really well. You should be very proud. Very proud. Absolutely marvellous. What can I say, ladies and gentlemen? That is it for this week. You've been amazing. Thank you so much. Hopefully next week I'll have merch that's ready for purchasing. Thank you for your feedback about the merch as it stands. It's a great team behind it. They're so keen to make it work beautifully. There was a rumour that we might be getting the coffee ready to go as well. Let's try and get this movie going. Thank you to everyone on Instagram. Thanks to all of my exes from the Twitter sphere. Big shout out to YouTube, the Twitch posse, and if you're watching on Instagram or Facebook, huge thanks for joining me. Thank you, Tiffany. It was lovely to have you in chat. Sam Cars on live. Fathom 51, Prof Giles, York's Television, Cloud Strife, Derek, Addicted, iQuail, Ponder, Philip Hoy, Prof Giles, my bro, Force Ghost Marty, 5, Derek, Rob H, Grassamaniac. God, am I going to forget someone? I feel terrible. Namco's, Prof Giles. I'm probably going to start, Putty Cat, I'm probably going to start naming people 17 times now. You know who you are. Thanks for joining me. We will be back for more Way of the Exploding Show. Same place, same time. Next week. Where is it? There it is. Thank you. See you on Sunday, 9 p.m. Have a great week, team. Don't forget to come along to the Discord for this show. Just message me on X or Instagram, private message, and I'll tell you the Discord. Or use, DM me in X is probably the best way. All right, thanks, guys. See you next week. Bye now.